let's move away from less awesome and let's move towards something that could be more awesome. We said, what if?
What if?
What if we could have a simple way of doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what if we could combine all of those workflows and tools into one simple way of planning and agreeing and then executing the workflow?
Right. So what if we had an online version of this? We're all used to doing things online now. So let's not keep this in my network or in my local C drive. What if this was something that we can all see at the same time?
Yeah, absolutely. What if we had a head start? What if it was a framework that was defined and actually created for this specific task, not using our traditional office-based tools to try and run a BIM-based workflow? What if we could create a framework that would give us a head start?
Right. What if we had templates? So maybe I have templates already. Maybe you have templates. And maybe for those of you who are just getting started, what if there were templates available for you to just simply get started with? So not only like that last slide where you have a head start with the framework, but you actually have content, rich content that you can get started with. And now it's just a matter of adding the project information.
Cool. Yeah, that would make things easier. And then what if after you've used those templates and you are able to invite your whole team to that online and collaborative platform so that they can come along for the journey and agree on what you've just defined, including them along the creation of that document rather than it being something that gets created and has to be finished entirely before they get to see it and before they get to comment on it.
Yeah. So what if this plan that we're creating is more visual? So instead of getting lost in what is LOD 300, what is LOD 500, what if this was visual in a way where we can fully understand what content is going in, what information.
What elements do we need?
Like
visually being able to
who's
see what they are.
So this being very visual is just huge in a misunderstanding way.
In helping eliminate misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just what you said. And then the approval workflow, we talked about it not being until the end of that document when it's finished and then being shared in some means. Maybe it would have been by email, and then you would hopefully get emails replied. Maybe there would be markup on some, maybe it would be by hand, maybe it would be in electronic form, but maybe there'd be a multitude of them in different places and in different parts of the execution plan that you'd be trying to consolidate. What if that approval workflow was built into the same environment that you were creating the document in? And what if it was smaller bite-sized chunks that you were reviewing and approving rather than waiting until the whole thing was done? And then what if you can have a live document and also archive it along the way so that you have the contractual points available to you to know that that is what you agreed on at that point in time, but also be able to update and continue to improve the live plan for the project team as things are always updating and changing on the project. And then if that culminates,
save you time. All of this, what if this could save you time?
If you had a framework with the templates, bite-sized pieces, everything was prepared,
it's online,
all connected together online, involving had to have buy-in. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that save you time? That would be pretty great. And we'd be able to agree on BIM. Wouldn't it be cool, actually, if we were able to agree on BIM before we went and did all of that unnecessary BIM? What about all of the waste that we see in processes where you have two people modeling the same thing? What about when you have gaps in scope? What about if you don't follow or don't actually understand exactly what the process is for coordination, or the model is going to be used for estimating, or understanding that you don't need to go to that degree in how much detail or how far developed or how accurate that model element is when it's only going to be used for a very rough 4D simulation? What if we could agree on all of those things before we went and go modeling things unnecessarily?
That'd be great.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. So what does awesome look like? Let's take a look How do we get started, Louis? Do you want to take us through?
Yeah, let's get started.
All right.
So I'll start from the very beginning.
That sounds good. So let's do a little bit of this. Cool.
All right, so here we're at lodplanner.com. There's this join free button. So here I'm just going to click on join.
Maybe while you're doing that, I can